Hey my awesome folks, and welcome to part 17 of Gurumin, a Monstrous Adventure. In the last part we explored some more dungeons as we've pretty much just been doing the previous parts. But good news, if you're tired of seeing those old reverse dungeons that we've been traveling through, well in this part we're going to be exploring a whole new dungeon. So hooray on that one. Anyway folks, how are you doing today? We're going to be exploring the Eggplant Caverns, as you can see. But yeah, I'm doing fine as usual, just been getting some news through my Twitter feed. I'm gonna be going a little bit on a tangent because we've already seen this dungeon before. It's just reverse, hence the name that I given it, the reverse dungeon. But yeah, there's been news about Sony doing a reverse kind of not reverse, but the online compatibility with the other consoles as far as like Switch, Xbone, and PlayStation 4 getting together. Sony finally agreed from what I've been looking at through articles. So how is that gonna work as far as like, I know they're doing it for like shooter games and stuff like that, but is it gonna be available for fighting games? Because that would be amazing. It's gonna be like console play crossplay or something like that. And Sony has been stubborn on that, but I guess they finally decided to give in and put the okay through on that one. But yeah, Sony is they're one stubborn bastards. But if the fan demand is high enough, you have no choice sometimes but to give in to the fan demands. Uh, Companies don't have to do that, and most companies don't do that. But if you want to keep your fan base happy, it'd be suggested to do that. But anyway, yeah, we're in the Spanish Caverns, and this place right here is frozen. I believe it was filled with water before, so it makes it kind of easier to transfer through. And this is not a problem for me. I like snowy, kind of frozen-like places, and it makes for the enemies easier to get. And I don't know why this enemy is here in the first place like this. All you have to do is just whack him a couple of times and you'll be able to get the job done, even though he's surrounding himself with electricity. So yeah, but anyway, yeah folks, I've just been hearing that through my Twitter line. Last time we pretty much talked about the Bowsette thing, but I'm not going into that again. If you want to hear about that, tune into the previous part where we've been pretty much going on that tangent for a while. But yeah, the easy dodge right here, you just press square to simply bypass any hazardous places like that. And I had to put back on the mask so I won't get damaged by the poison there, and disable that, to get some free money. Once you disable one of the electric current things, you'll be able to get its guard down so you can pass through it. If you can pass through it carefully, geez, couldn't get the words out for a second. But I'm surprised that I'm even up and functioning right now. I've actually had about 3 hours of sleep at the time of this recording, and I'm just still up and at 'em, and I need some help. My sleeping schedule is jacked, folks, but you folks already know about it. I'm not even gonna get into it. If you folks want to know about that, you folks need to hit up my previous playthroughs available here on the channel, of course. Feel free to your leisure. We have lots of playthroughs and playlists on here, so if you're new, check it out. And if you're not new and you still want something to watch, go check out those old playthroughs if you want to. It's up to you, you know. But anyway, yeah, my sleeping is just not the best. But anyway, we have these boxes to work through, but you know what? It's just easy and simple as last time. All we have to do is get these boxes moving, and we just have to move it to the corresponding piece that push it down. So as I stated before, pushing in this game, I don't know if it was the controller itself or just straight up hit detection, but pushing in this game is not an enjoyable experience. It's just kind of tricky compared to the other games that I played requiring pushing. But you know, every game has its flaws. believe it or not. Even if a game gets a 10 out of 10, it has its flaws, you know. I think Breath of the Wild got a 10 out of 10, but I think that game has its flaws as well. There's no such thing as a perfect game, and if it is, somebody's lying to you. And it may seem like a perfect game to them, but to somebody else, it may seem like a piece of shit. I'm not harping on any game in particular. I'm just stating a fact. Well, what I believe is a fact. So, yeah, on that one. But anyway, yeah, as I stated before, just pushing and pulling is such an arduous task that 9 times out of 10 it's not even recommended. Well, you have to do it, but man, it's just really tough to do it because what you have to do is you have to stand perfectly still and perfectly on the box in order to push and pull it, and sometimes that can get a little complicated depending on what you're trying to do. And if you're in a rush like I am for some particular reason, it's going to be hard to push and pull these blocks. But you know, as long as you can do it, then there's really no issue to it. But it's just a matter of fact of doing it that has the issues come up. And I have to do it because that gate won't open otherwise. And if I stand on the I don't even know what I was doing there for a second. I was trying to get the box perfectly on the switch because we needed to open up this gated area. So in doing so, the path is now open and we can move. Oh, that was such a cheap shot thing right there. I'm low on health. I really am. But yeah, that was such a cheap shot there. That monster just coming out of nowhere. Geesh. I'm just dealing the damage to this thing. I don't really have to fight this monster, but you know, I'm doing it because I want a good score at the end of my ranking when I eventually complete the stage, and I want to go after its junk. But you folks, no. Let me rephrase that. I want to go after the items that the monster is holding on to. I want to go after the items that they held on to, referred to as junk. So, yeah, I realized that that didn't sound right the moment I said it. So, yeah, that's weird. It's just weird, really is. But yeah, going after after this stuff is really simple, as I explained it before. So I'm not gonna really get into it. So I'm trying to get as much of these items and stuff as I can, so we can get on to the new ruins. And I think you folks might enjoy the new ruins that is set up, because it's not only that it's a change of pace, but it's also something new to look at and something kind of fascinating to see. But I'll talk more on that when we eventually get to it. As I'm stated before, this is pretty much clean up, you know, because I want to return some more of the items to the residents of the Monster Village. Anyway, just to go on another tangent before we actually get to that dungeon, have you guys seen the Batman movie called Bad Blood? I just finished watching that recently and it was pretty good. It wasn't what I was expecting. I thought I had seen it before, but taking a closer look at it, yeah, that movie is great. I won't ruin anything for people who haven't seen the movie, but if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you looking at it because you'll find yourself enjoying it. It does have Damian Wayne as Robin, and if you don't know who Damian Wayne is, then the story might be a little confusing to you. Damian Wayne is introduced in another Batman movie, so I recommend you go look that up before you look into the Batman Bad Blood. If you do that, if you look at the movie that he's in, the first movie that Damien's in, you'll understand the plot of this movie a little more better, so you'll be able to really get into it. But with that, I got the toy car, and we are pretty much done with the Spinach Caverns, the Shadow Grotto part of this stage. So onward to new and better adventures that's going to be waiting for us. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and return the toy car to its respectful owner. But anyway, yeah, folks, we're really getting down to the nitty gritty as far as like gameplay wise and stuff like that. We're returning more and more items to their respectful owners, and we're opening up more and more pathways to explore. And as I stated before, and I'm pretty sure I stated this within the last part as well, exploration is a big key in this game. I think I've mentioned this multiple times actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and that's always cool. I mean, a good example of that is Wind Waker. Oh man, Wind Waker, my memories with that game. I don't know if I ever talked about my memories with that game, but that was one of the first ever Zelda games I ever played. It's sad, I know. I always thought Legend of Zelda was for weebs, and as I played Wind Waker, I got into more and more of the Zelda games. So, Wind Waker, as bad as people say that game is, opened up the door for me to explore other Zelda titles. So, I am grateful for that. But Wind Waker, for some reason, always holds a special place in my heart. Pretty it's weird because like the first game you ever play in a series, no matter what it is, always have a special place for you. So rather you start in the beginning, middle, or ending part, it's always gonna be that. Like, let me give you a for instance, like a example. If you started with Crash Bandicoot 2 and you haven't played the first one, which I don't blame you for not playing the first one. Crash Bandicoot 2 was my first Crash game. That's always gonna have a place in your heart. Yeah, I played Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. I own 2 and 3. Oh man, that was a great Christmas that year. Just, man, back in the day, you go and you ask for a Christmas present and you always, like, it's always a great feeling. Like, if you've been asking for a game all year and you finally get it, like, rather it be Christmas or not, it's always a good feeling. But anyway, folks, we're at Pimento Park, and within Pimento Park, we're going to be getting another elemental to our drill. And let's talk to her first. You may have thought she died, but yeah, she's a little bit distressed over the prince betraying her in the previous parts actually. So yeah, and her name is Cream, by the way. So we finally get her name. I've been calling her Shadow Parin because she's been taking the form of Parin, and I didn't want to ruin the name of her for folks who wanted to be waited in suspense. So now that, you know, she's revealed she's in her normal form, we able to, you know, get the weapon, the elemental. I didn't know what to do in order to get the elemental started, but it's kind of something really simple. I was just overthinking it on my part. But what you have to do is really simple. All you have to do is pretty much just get on the park bench you see over there, and you'll be able to jump on the ledge and it'll get you up there to where you need to be. So if you do that, yeah, you'll get enough height to get up here, and then you drill into that wall right here, and with that you'll be able to get your next elemental. And with that, we got the ice parts. So yay, we have fire, thunder, or fire. We have fire, lightning, and ice to our arsenal within our drill. So yay, we'll be able to freeze stuff now that we have that. And let's go ahead and get out of here now that we have that necessary part. So let's leave Pimento Park. And oh man, it's really making me think of the bean, pimento bean. Is there a bean called pimento? I think there is a bean called pimento, but it's making me think of that. Jeesh. But with this the Eggplant Caverns, folks. We're in a brand new area of the game, and we needed this ice part in order to even explore further within here. So yeah, it's essential that you get that. So get it as soon as you can, and when you're done, just head back, just head into the Eggplant Caverns, and you'll be able to continue with exploring the game. So yeah, Puko is acting really weird for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, right now just switch to the ice parts and you'll be able to take out this flame right here, which you need to do in order to pretty much continue with the game. And that sign, like if you come here without that, that sign will give you a clue on what you need to do in order to progress. But yeah, this is the Crystal Way, folks. This place looks pretty cool for a new area. You have to watch out for being in that water. It hurts if you don't have the necessary part you need to. Remember, you have to wear the goggles in order to be in the water, but you don't want to be in there because you see that little thing that's moving around. It's like a ghost-like creature, and they're all over this place, and I hate them so much. They are really annoying. You can take care of them, but they take a lot of damage in order to get rid of, so you want to avoid them most of the time. That's why I'm wearing the helmet, to reduce my damage, because I want to try to get rid of this thing, but I'm going to be taking some damage, but that's fine as long as that thing is defeated, because it can get in your way, but as long as it's defeated, then you have nothing to worry about. But yeah, we have some more puzzle elements within this game. Elevators can carry yours, but yeah, we don't really know what that means, but it's really a simple puzzle. It's not going to take that long to really understand. It kind of took me a little minute to understand, but you know, since this is my first time actually playing through the game, and yeah, but all you have to do is pretty much just hit the switch right here, and what that'll do is you'll see what I have to do in order to solve this. But that was just like a preview of what you need to do in order to pretty much solve that puzzle. But in order to solve the puzzle, all you have to do is hit another switch that's over here. Actually, you hit this switch, it'll unlock a gate, and then you'll be able to access another switch, and within that you'll be able to access another platform. Like I stated before, you'll see what I'm about to do in order to solve this puzzle here. It's all about hitting the right switches in the right order. So you see how that platform's like that right now. So just simply get on this platform here. It'll take me to here, and what I need to do, you see this right here, a certain box needs to go there. So in order for me to bring the box over here, it's really simple. You'll see what I have to do in order to bring the box where I need to bring it. You just need to position the box to where it's on those glowing platforms, one of the glowing platforms, and I'll be able to teleport it to where I need it to be. You'll see exactly what I'm doing here. It's better that you watch instead of me trying to explain it, because this puzzle was really kind of complicated, but not really. I mean, it's just a matter of using your brain in order to get what you need to do. And see what I said, that a few moments later, that's what I said. It's just a matter of getting these switches to the right place where you need it to be in order to push this block here so it can teleport to exactly to where it needs to be. Hit that switch pad, it's going to teleport there, and then you'll be able to move on with the puzzle. It's not hard, it's just a matter of you hitting the right switches and activating the right platforms, what you need to activate, and once you do that, you'll be all set as to solving the puzzle. So how are you folks liking this new area so far? It is definitely different, it really is. So just pull this platform to that little thing right there where it needs to go, and you'll be able to access more of the level. Yeah, when I first saw this level, I was pretty much amazed of what I was looking at. And right here we're gonna have, yeah, kind of a mini gauntlet. I don't know if you can beat these things to the cannon before they get to it. I don't know if it's possible, I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah, all you need to do is just yeah, I've kind of lost track of what I was saying, but beat these guys here first in order for you to get the treasure that's inside the treasure chest here. So yeah, it would have been smart of me to add the ice parts. I'm pretty sure having the ice parts would have took care of this guy pretty quickly, but I'm using the good old fire part. Open this treasure chest here, another mystery bag, but now as soon as you open the treasure chest, you're getting jumped again. And yeah, now I equip the ice part so I can be able to take care of these guys. It seems like the ice part is doing way more damage than the fire part was doing, so that's always good to have more damage. And plus, it's a chance of freezing them, so you can get more hits on them. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of the part here, folks. But we're not done with this dungeon. No, we're not done by a long shot. We still have much more to explore. So as soon as I break this open right here, we're gonna continue. But we're gonna continue in the next part. So until then, folks, have a good one and take care.